The light?
Yeah.
Now I do.
But the light was on. Why is going out?
This is nice. Now we do Black Man in European Kitchen. Yeah.
Okay.
Visit. The town trader famed who came in the winds in the profit of his good trade. African man, European kitchen, me. Silver pans in line like the white man's piano. A preamble so long now ending this. Where is the matches? Where are the 3 stones of my African kitchen? Where is the fireplace The cooking pots unshrouded and they shine. I remember calls the African as he recalls. Mama, my mama used to cook beans in a pot. She baked. My mama laid paper from green and fresh banana leaves. She made these over sticks hacked in little and fine pieces. This, the African cook would sing almost aloud. Listen, gentlemen. How to find the utensils, how to find the spices. So varied the good old nature of spices. In the middle of an April day, as people and the sun joined and looked round in their walks over the green springs, one teenage group walked by, paired in their young cocoons, proudly flaunting their obviously new love. A great axe raised to chop. A great upriver. One hears the rolling pan that precedes the great blow. Inside the European kitchen, the guest cook stood over the legs of a cow. He was aiming blows, frantically trying to cut the meat amidst the scenario of a full cooking pot. In his dreams, he has chosen the biggest. It was near to a cauldron. A cauldron is not heavy like the leg of the cow. In his mind, this reassurance called might to him and made him little to be short at ease. Now to find the pot cover to see the ladle. Spring of the food festival. From far, the long scattered sound in the European kitchen took almost an audible reading. The cooking fire from the gas cooker, which had started to burn like lead from divine instructions, had boiled the water to a small blue flame. The black man now armed himself with the kitchen tablecloth. Fireballs unknowingly, his mother has won. It reaches without any barrier. In young spirit, inside the victim, fireballs unknowingly is kind. So, he tied the tablecloth around his neck to the material round down to nearly his knees. Then, he threw the cow leg into the big pot. The food continued to cook. Later, the stinking smell of urine, or probably the rest from the bean mat, from the whole farm, filled the whole house. The window was now a haze of damp and water which occasionally ran down the window panes. Like his observation sensed the oncoming intrusion, he heard footsteps climb up the stairs. Saga to go, tap to go, saga to go, tap 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 to go. Shortly came a loud knock, like the visitor or visitors were excited and happy. The black man looked uneasily at his cooking, at the window. Then he raised his head in the air, sniffing. It did not smell so bad, he thought. pounded. Strong cooked yam turned to malleable food for fingers. Talk about food from his thought. The black man looked up. The shining row of good displayed pots and pans in various shapes and sizes revealed a big white cupboard with a silver handle shaped like a button. His eyes followed the seemingly eloquent shine. As his eyes followed this shine, he stopped short. The cauldron was cooking over. Where, for God's sake, is the bloody salt and pepper? He had spoken aloud. In a panic, he rushed to the gas cooler, lifted the pot from the fire, dropping it with a bare hands on the wash basin. Like magic, the hidden door under it opened, letting some small bottles fall out. The black man bent down and pushed his head inside the open compartment. He sighed. He then dipped his hand and made a big sweep of whatever was on his hand. Many small bottles and little cans fell all over the open floor. With his anxious movement, he sighed frantically and shouted at the ground, "There! There! There!" With 3 bottles he got up. Then he shook frantically each bottle on the open cauldron. When they come in now, my food will burn. All my cooking, he was panicking. Look further in this cupboard. Salt, onion, and pepper came from there. That Sabina had palm oil. He was panicking more. He lifted the cauldron, placed it back on the gas cooker. Then he bent down again, opening the cupboard wide apart. Then he scooped out buses simultaneously. The man couldn't bang out his side, then they kept pointing out left and right of him. One large plastic container burst open, and ground oil was all over the floor. He was the one who caused it. He should have looked well. As he bent down now, he was still thinking. He should have looked patiently. He will have to clean the whole mess now until Kabina comes with all her friends. He will have to finish cooking one way or the other. Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, secret. The black man you think if he finished cleaning the messy oil absent-mindedly. Through all his thoughts, he registered he still had the kitchen tablecloth tied in his hand, and it had started to retreat. Now, in the difference of a thought, which escaping cough between the palms, he was at the wash basin, squeezing the two napkin as he could aim. Ladies and gentlemen, the cauldron started to boil again with a deep humming sound. Hum, 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 hum. We started to fill the air. Ladies and gentlemen, he was going to the pot as he heard several knocks on the door. He ignored the knock and forced himself to go to the pot, ignoring the fish. He pulled the pot quickly away from the fire. as they were the guests they were expecting for the celebration. The house got full of traveling people. He could make out the big woman with her company that came earlier. They have pushed their way into the hottest part of the floor. There he could hear the rising conversation. Almost immediately, he was alone. The guests had engulfed themselves, ladies and gentlemen, in a boisterous conversation, which was occasionally interrupted with someone asking, "How did it go?" Huh? Satisfied that he was alone, he did not have to tiptoe back to the kitchen. He walked boldly and came to stand by this big bottle of soup he had made. He dropped his head and sniffed curiously. His face lit up, almost a smile. He took 4 steps back and raised his head to sniff one more time. This time, the smile came in full. His eyes glimmered. The boss wept with satisfaction. Suddenly, he saw the plastic ladle, which he took in his hand, and started on the soup. Reverently, the story, Black Man in Your Big Kitchen. It was a pleasure to come down here today, do this show for you, my drummer, Ali Suware, original #1, Black Man in Your Big Kitchen drummer. To the Beat Our Symposium, Seeker, I hope you had a nice time.